So Mel meets with Tisha and Kimmi.
Hello.
They get together. They're doing some type of like plant potting activity, which actually looked pretty fun. Well, Tisha shares that her family went to South Africa, and she's letting everybody know we all went.
Okay.
Kimmi says that she and Maurice didn't get to go on a trip this year because her mom was actually diagnosed with breast cancer.
Prayers to your mom, Kimmi.
And she was saying the difference between her cancer and her mom's cancer is that her mom had actually a slow growing cancer, but she's doing great right now. So
is there she says something across the lines of that her mother's was a slow one, you just said?
Yes.
And Kimmy's was a faster one?
Yes.
Is there something that is hereditary about breast cancer to where it's like that, or basically it's just it's just what it is?
Yeah, it can be hereditary.
Oh,
like you can have.
No, I mean it more like how come they both didn't have the same, like one's positive, one negative? Does that matter?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Okay.
I really don't know how that manifests in the body in that way. So
Okay.
yeah. So Kimmi says that she and Maurice are working on their building. They actually like bleep out a lot of what she was saying. So I guess
think they bleeped out the company name or something like that. I don't know what it was. But
yeah,
sure.
But apparently they're working on something. And then she asked Tisha like how they're doing with their building and if Tisha's got a place to work and stuff like that. But Tisha, at the end of last season said she wanted to take some time off from working so she could focus on her kids.
Yeah.
And Mel asked her if she's still kind of in that same space. And Tisha's saying that she's actually been pretty involved in her children's school and it's taken up a lot of her time, and work would also take up a lot. So I think she's still kind of in the middle a little bit, but it seems like she's been kind of leaning back from work and focusing on her family.
Okay.
So Tisha asked Mel, well, what's going on with you? Like, Martell got arrested. Like, is it true that the text got sent and then you finally filed a police report like months after? And Mel was like, well, you didn't ask Marcel. He made a statement. And then that's when Mel said, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you about that. I'm going to talk to Marcel about that. Yeah, because if they're sitting here trying to reestablish their relationship, Marcel is his own person. Absolutely address him about your concerns.
Facts.
So Mel tells them, basically get them caught up on the details of the situation, and that's why she signed for it. Mel is actually kind of surprised that she didn't hear from Tisha. But Tisha said that she really doesn't know when to reach out, if she should reach out, all that type of stuff. And then Mel was like saying to Kimmi that you texted, but you didn't call. And Kimmi was like, I called, but your voicemail was full. So I texted you and let you know that I tried to call and, I just was reaching out to make sure you're okay. Tisha says, Tisha apologizes and says she'll do better.
Stop right there for a second before we get to the second part of this conversation. What are your thoughts on that?
And this is where I have an issue with Mel when it comes to...
Talk to me.
When it comes to her friendships and how she deals with the other women. Why is Mel in this position of superiority?
Come on now. I know you're a producer, but come on, Blair.
If you're on the show, and I understand if you're a producer and a boss in a sense and all this type of things, but you're on this show in the capacity of a castmate and a friend or a coworker, whatever you want to call it. So why does everybody need to reach out to you, go to your events without being prompted by you? Like, I understand that it would have been nice to get a call from Tisha, but you and Tisha really aren't that cool. And I could see Tisha kind of trying to want to stay away from a messy situation that has to do with your ex-husband. Like, this is like family drama. I don't know if I should insert myself in this, even if it is to check in on you. So I don't fault Tisha for that. I think Mel kind of needs to get off her high horse in a lot of ways of expecting people to what do they call it, like lick her boots or whatever like that.
Help me with that saying. I don't know.
And basically it's just like, I don't know why you expect so much from people, or at least from them, and it just seems like you won't reciprocate. Like, I don't see you
Come on, Blair.
being that type of friend to them, or even when it came to Destiny and Stormi. Like, Stormi really considered you a friend, and you changed your number on her and told her to hit you up online. So I'm just like, it's just kind of crazy to me, the expectation she has for people that she doesn't even consider friend. So
now let me... I don't even want to touch what you said because you flipped in the air. You landed perfectly. So let me deal with the other one.
Okay.
Right? Blair dealt with Tisha in the sense of, why you expect this from Tisha and things like that? Because, Tisha, y'all kind of had a rocky relationship, so you can understand where you may come from, where Tisha may feel like, I don't really know what to do. Okay, so what's your excuse for Kimmi, Mel? You over here giving Kimmi the same speech you gave Tisha just now. And now someone who actually did call and things like that, and your mailbox is full. I guess you don't check in with nobody and things like that. What do you have to say to Kimmi now? Kimmi did what basically you accused them of not doing, and you did not reciprocate anything.
And honestly, it sounds like you didn't even respond to Kimmi. So you just keeping tabs on who's reaching out and not even saying thanks to the point you're just like, oh yeah, you did call or something like that. I mean, not to say I don't know the text thread. She might have responded, but but I get what you're saying. But go ahead.
But my thing is, like, you want something that you don't give. And truth be told, I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking Mel. I'm actually empathizing with Mel, to be honest. Because I think Martell did a number on her that got her basically like this.
Yeah. You
get what I'm saying? To where she don't know who to trust because the person who she trusted the most did this to her. You get what I'm saying? So everything in her life, she views it through the lens of her hurt and of her failed marriage, right? And
loyalty.
That's loyalty is the big word. For her. The big word, right? So the one who was expected to give the most loyalty to you failed. Yeah. Numerous ways. Even when you numerously or continuously rather forgave him, and he just built a bigger platform to embarrass you on. You get what I'm saying? Every season it seemed like he does something to embarrass you to the point where now he crossed the line and now he's in criminal type of like field.
Territory. Yeah.
Criminal territory. I like that, right? So I can understand your hurt and why you really value loyalty. But truth be told, you cannot continuously, as Blair put it, put yourself in a position to where people have to be loyal to you and you do not give that loyalty to them. Not back to them, but sometimes you have to start it with them. Right. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be brave, Mel. And I understand you may feel some way about Stormi last season to where you changed your number and things like that because Stormi mama said something. Who knows? But that's not Stormi. Yeah. The same way as you want to address Marsau, and that's not Tisha. You get what I'm saying? So you have to sometimes give what you want. You want loyalty, you have to take that brave step and actually give it now to people, and if you want it back.
And I do want to only also say this, just kind of going back to the first season. Yeah. And I can understand why Mel wouldn't be so close to Tisha 100%. And Kimmi in a sense because 100%. They were ragging on her. They told her she was bougie. Like, yes. And it seemed like she really was opening up her home. Yes. Like they went outside. She was trying to have a spa day for them. And they were kind of just ragging on her when she didn't deserve it. So I can understand why there's a shift and a flip in her. But at the same time, I don't agree with her requiring all these things from them at this point now. Like, it's just like, if they weren't fooling with you before and y'all are in a better place, in a better place. or space. Or territory, you know. And y'all are in a better space now. Yes. Then just kind of keep it cordial. And I think that's how you want the relationship anyway. Yes. But it's like they're constantly having to prove something to you. And I don't know why.
Listen, I think it's hurt. Yeah. And that's why I say I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking Mel. I think she is operating from a hurt place. Yeah. And she has to put on a tough face. And she has to put on a tough persona and kind of a standoff persona because she's dealing with a guy who wants to see her hurt. Who wants to basically make her bleed, to use that as an analogy, not physically, but to basically see her crumble. So she has to wear that armor. And especially, I think as long as Martell is around, she's on guard with everybody. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but let's get into this podcast thing. Yeah, so